Okay, time to do some talking. I talk more here than I do at any other time in the day, by the way. Let's see. Planes were various civilian types. Gork didn't know what they were, didn't know what the model or year of introduction, or how long, how many people could fit in each. He hoped each was filled to capacity. They're moving fast in the nights in the sky, in the blue sky over the city, the Liberty Bird. So he had to act quickly. He readied the anti-air flak rounds in his standard ITT 46. Is the ITT cap. Aim skyward. The 80mm shells. 800mm shells. No, that's too big. Burst into hurricanes of metal shrapnel up among those planes. Such shells, the flak shells, would have made short work of even the most armored flying fortress sort of plane. So these were improved rounds from the war, capable with a lot of metal chaff in the mix to make the planes to scramble air systems, scramble the high-tech systems on those planes, modern planes. These civilian planes didn't stand a chance against the shells. One plane was ripped open vigorously, whereas practically split in half as it tumbled through the air, rapidly becoming coated in flame. The situation of those passengers just getting worse and worse. Gork was pretty sure half of them were killed the moment the plane split in half, and he could see many little blue boxy things up there, presumably chairs torn loose, with the body still maybe strapped inside. There were plenty of loose forms flying as well. Well, the passengers that were just tumbling in the air, through the air, like dolls tossed off a roof. Gork isn't a very nice guy. Let's see. Gork chuckled seeing the chaos. The other planes up there met similar fates. Though none split in half. Split in two. Half. Most of them were ripped up. Various places, with fire erupting about their forms. They were often consumed utterly, like the phoenix of myth, before they crashed to the earth, ground below, creating fireballs depressive as sun-like fireballs consume countless buildings that turn into waves of fire that swept over countless buildings nearby, in addition to the ones that sunlight. Did I say that before? In addition to the ones that swept, that were just vigorously flattened by impact planes. Hundreds. Gork shot down. Gork. Yeah. Shot down 5 planes. 2 in about 15 seconds. Probably killing well over 2,000 or more people just trying to escape Libertyburg. Gork wasn't in the mood to let anyone escape his wrath. Like an angry god, he just reached up and smote those people. Smoked. Not those people. Like they were bugs, and he was welding a fly swatter. Fly swatter. Fly swatter, one word? Apparently so. I wonder who came up with the rules as to why some words have one word and some are 2. Maybe the guy who invented got to choose. When was the fly swatter invented? Probably quite a long time ago. Let's see, there were bugs and he was welding a fly swatter. Or briefly thought of the scientists. The team of scientists who had come up with the flak shells sort of going to get around the issue of the golem's tank-like vulnerability to enemy air power. He doubted they pictured their weapons being used for civilian shoot down civilian planes. But they probably, but Gork was sure happened plenty of times. This wasn't the first time a golem brought down a civilian plane or 2. Number of 5 planes. 5 planes. None escaped. Is Gork the evilest character I've ever come up with? I don't know. Possibly. He kind of just popped in here, didn't he? Let's see. The world was a much nicer place before you people met Gork. Let's see. What am I trying to think of here? What's the next line? Not a golem. It was Gork. It was me. Gork thought. The golem suit was just a suit. It was he who was the critical component. Like how a knight suit of armor was nothing without its knight. Just something to set in a hall in a castle with collecting dust. Gork was saddened that there were no more planes in the sky. Giddy. Giddy. Do you say it giddy or giddy? Giddy isn't right, so you know. It's giddy with 2 D's and 2 T's. Why is this energy drink making me yawn? I don't know. Insanity, there are no more planes in the sky. You surveyed the aftermath of those many fiery crashes. There's many fiery crashes, and a smile returned to his face. You imagine he must have looked like some evil maniac. He grinned wider. He hoped that the spirits of all those he just killed are lingering about and could somehow see his reaction to their deaths. Gork didn't know what lay beyond this life. Hopefully he wouldn't have to confront the souls of all those dead people someday. But even if he did, he imagined himself being as defiant in death as he was in life. Fuck you people. You people. Gork muttered. This is good and proper revenge for the war. All those people in those planes, they lived happy lives after the Jade War was over. Where hundreds that ended with the deaths of 100,000 people in the capital. Nobody wept, shed any tears for their souls, lost souls. Gork got on the move again. He encountered a lone Zedin golem, but there wasn't a fight. It was like he just came up behind him, regular AT rounds loaded instead of the flak shells. Though the flak shells probably would have killed him anyway. And blasted him through the back. Fellow didn't know what hit him. It wasn't a fight. It was just like some commando on the ground, sneaking up some unobservant guard and slitting his throat. Of course, you can slit a golem's throat. You had to blow him up to pieces. Gork doubted he could top the carnage he caused in the air, but he was always looking for ways to improve his body count. When he saw vehicles on the street, he opened up, blowing them to bits, them and their occupants to bits. Some civilians came running in his path. He either blasted or stomped them to pace. Gork soon reached a large intersection of the city, a high traffic area, due to it was congested with hundreds of people, many hundreds of people and vehicles, with no friendlies around to help. The crowds initially stared at Gork, hoping that he was a friendly golem. he relieved them of their hopes by, should I say hopes and dreams? No, that's probably a cliche. Their dreams of not being horribly murdered, I suppose. That's what their dreams were. Now they go off into the land of the dead. Not a pleasant place in this universe, by the way. Just leave them of their hopes by opening fire. The old 80mm cannon. It was carnage like Gork had never seen before. People instantly vampirized. Oh, that's a neat idea. A giant cannon that turns people into vampires. Anne Rice, I'm coming for you. Let's see. I'm gonna make vampires that get turned into vampires by cannons. Let's see. People instantly vaporized by. He was supposed to meet us here. Waiting for. I'll have to check. People instantly vaporized by great blasts of. This is basically a spree killer scene. Basically, yeah. I don't get a thrill out of doing this, except that I'm writing it well, I think. People instantly vaporized, but also people torn limb from limb. Hundreds of limbs, severed pieces of entire human beings just flying up high through the air. Yeah, almost to the rooftops of neighboring buildings. Excuse me, folks, a second. Just gotta check on something. Just had to say something to Mother. Mother. I wonder how many messages Norman Bates would have sent to his mother if he lived in a time where email and whatnot. Let's see, almost to the rooftops of the neighboring buildings. The rounds. The shells then leave with craters as well. Wow. And Gork pictured them rapidly filling with blood and the mist that had been once human beings. There was a total panic, naturally, in response to his attack. Hundreds of civilians running in the open. There were vehicles too, of all types, including military, likely commandeered by civilians. That's a moment. Mother's calling me again. Mother. Let's see. Many of the drivers were totally out of their heads. At the moment. They were just driving right through crowds of people. Over them. Some going under the tires. Others going right over the top. Smashing up the windshields. And maybe denting the engines, or maybe denting the engines, while the people who went under the tires messed those up. Either way, the vehicles kept on trucking. Gork supposed it didn't really matter if they were careful drivers or not. Gork would cut them all down. No escape. Massacre check. No escape, Gorka. Gork. Did I call him Gorka? Gorka. Gorka is a female jade name. Very elegant sounding. Like Beatrice in our language, I suppose. We should come up with the equivalent of all those names for their language, like Matt, James, Joe, William. No escape. Or muttered. It sounded like I was pleased at how animalistic he sounded then. Like an animal on the hunt. A tiger on the hunt. The tiger killed plenty of defenseless creatures, but people still considered it honorable and glorious creature. Gork felt quite glorious as he unloaded dozens of shells, 80mm shells, into those people, tiny, insignificant people below. You all are murderers anyway, Gork muttered, or accomplices to it. Is that the right word, accomplice? Mother's calling me again. Well, that's it. This writing session's over. See you later, folks. Bye-bye.